button. This button says start streaming. So sort of gives it away in the title, doesn't it?
A little bit.
Hi.
Hi.
Is it working? Can everyone hear us? Is there a sense of excitement in the air of people playing in meadows and getting candy, getting I don't know. We ever found trick or treat Halloween? Did you ever love like getting candy? Was that a thing for you?
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
Well, because you see those videos of like kids getting the candy and their mum takes it away and they cry and they give it back and they're like, oh, mommy, or they give them like a box and just like break down. It's like, dude, it's just candy. Like you can literally buy it. Everyone bought it.
Well, sure.
Just never quite had that.
Stop.
I think I went trick or treating once in 18 years, and it was fun. I'll give you that.
Sucks.
Yeah, but I just didn't do it in my neighborhood so much. I don't know. It's fun though. But I mean, yeah, obviously we did it with Christian, but I don't know. You'd think the culture are getting worse and worse about that, but it's like still nice. Just
Hi everyone. we are aware we're live and we're late, but that's all right.
Time zones. Time zones.
Apparently, in England they set their clocks back already, and we don't do that until November 7th or something. So.
10 p.m. for me, but the rest of the world is apparently behind, or I'm forward. Hi from Vegas. Hi. So yeah, this is a sort of indulgent live stream, but much appreciated because, well, Stuart's in it too, so it is technically a. I mean, this is close to a Trekyards fan film, just
not.
Yeah. I mean, you have a certain level of power in this film that I don't think you'd even write for yourself. I don't think. So
Yeah, I suppose so. Although I'm not a captain.
Nope. But you might have been a captain once, to be fair.
Yeah, but I'm not going to give anything away, but
No.
I'm obviously not Captain Foley.
Yeah.
So.
Do you still remember your name? So you don't want to say it, but do you remember it?
Nope.
It's a reference to a Flash character and the first name of a character I had in my first web series when I was like 13. I just thought put them together it sounded alien, so
Nice.
yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I
like,
don't remember.
So I'll give you a look at the live right now. You can see you got the four main cast members that we film with, and the one to second to the right is Captain James Monroe, who's in Temporal Anomaly, and James Monroe. I don't know where I got James from, but it's just such a normal average name. But Monroe is a reference to Monroe from Elite Force, because I thought that was such a good name, and it's a Star Trek name, and it's just a little. I mean, that game's so good, so I don't know. I always find naming people is tricky in stories because it can both define a character but also not, and also you don't would you name this character your ex-wife's name? Well, no, because all the memories come back. You know what I mean? So you got a certain name you just can't use, or if the name's too close to someone you knew when you were young, it doesn't quite work. So it's you know what I mean? It's tricky actually naming names.
Josh says we got a drunk Captain Foley. How long until we got a drunk Samuel? Well, we've had a drunk Samuel. We've done it live together when we were drunk. He was here, and we were both drunk.
Well, that
we did
live.
A drunk live stream.
It wasn't a live stream, was it?
It was a Facebook live stream. Yes, it was, and then we uploaded it to YouTube. Yeah, back in the day. Forever ago. So there has been a drunk Samuel. You just haven't been paying attention. So shame on you all.
See, the problem is though, we'd have to if we're doing that, then we have to have enough revenue for the super chats to buy the booze as well. So it'd be like a double expensive stream because you've got to buy £10 bottle of whiskey, some splitter, and then you know. But oh my God, Stuart, super chats for shots.
Oh, that would be amazingly fun. We could do that here now if you wanted. I would do that.
Well,
$5 would be a single shot. $10 would be a double shot.
No, $5 be a sip. Be sensible. Come on, $5 be a sip.
No. You got to make it interesting. You got to make it worth their while.
Oh no!
You gotta make it. It's got to be a physical shot that they can see. That doom done, and the double shot. You either get the double shot glass or 2. It wouldn't be very long stream. Either that'd be super long because we'd get all drunk and forget how to end it, and we'd just be there's stuff for 4 hours.
Carl says it's gonna be a Friday thing.
Yeah. The Don Beagliz says, "Forgive the ignorance, but what is Convergence? Is it a crowd-funded film that you guys are writing and directing?"
Well, as you can see on the stream, we are currently at 97% funded of the base goal. This stream is to raise awareness and to be watched after the fact, to talk about the film that we're both in, that I wrote and directed and filmed and edited. But I could not have Stuart involved because he is the ever epic Captain Foley. And yeah, as you can see,
we're both in. I got a cameo. I'm in it for like a minute.
It's not even. No, I see. I have specifically said to people that have asked me, yours is not a cameo. It's a role. It's a very specific role. It's not a cameo.
It's not a walk-on part behind. That's what he means. It's not a cameo. Yeah,
it's not like in Star Trek 6 with the director comes in and he's like, Sulu, this, and this, and he walks away. Like, he's nobody. You're somebody. So I still maintain it's not a cameo.
Ernest Strickland put in $5 and said shot. Well, we don't have anything alcoholic to drink in front of us.
That sounds like a thing, though.
We'll set up a lot. We will do that. That's actually a good idea.
Yeah.
We'll do a later at night one, maybe.
Well, I tell you what. Why don't we shot like a simple drink, like a 10%er, like because it's got to be levels, like a cider, a shot of a cider for like $1, and then $2.
Oh yeah, it won't be like hard overproof.
So that's what I assume you meant, like 40% vodka for $5. I'm like, that's gonna kill us.
No, maybe shots of beer.
Well, cider for me. But what we should do then is have the second camera, because we each got a second camera on our desk, looking at the desk, and we see the row of shots, so people can see literally what it is.
I'd be pouring them as I go. I wouldn't have rows of shots on my desk.
I'd have a row of shots. I'd be like, this is...
It gets spilled pretty quickly.
Yeah, but that'd be fun, though. Just getting funding.
So thank you, Ernest.
Yes. But we haven't actually talked about if we're going to put that money into the Indiegogo or not, because I think this is more just to talk about to you guys, and if you guys want to donate, super chats help the Trekyards channel, but if you want to support this film, then go to the Indiegogo, which you can see, Convergence Indiegogo.
Yeah, yes. There's a link there to the Indiegogo, so go and support it. He has stretch goals. He wants to hit those stretch goals. So if you guys, it says 97% almost funded, but it's on for a few more days. If you can help him get above and beyond that, he'd be greatly appreciative.
Well, yeah, I mean, we've got the stretch goals. You can see that the first one is as simple as actually just covering the fees, because Indiegogo charges a fee, PayPal charges a fee to transfer it to the account, so instantly you're losing a whole bunch, and printing all the perks is going to cost. So I'm losing like multiple hundreds of dollars just in having the campaign, and so the goal is 5.5, but I'm only going to get like 4.8, 4.7. So we need to, raise a bit more than that. That's why I'm hoping anything above the 100% will just go into letting us have the full 5.5. And I mean, I'm really excited if we get the 7,000. We're not going to, but it'd be cool if we did, because I want to do bloopers, documentary, featurettes, interviews, do all this stuff, because it means that the journey, the nature of this being the very first and biggest of its kind crossover fan film event in history, that's a thing. And I think it should be, yeah, exactly. I think it should be documented to its extreme, and I want to put the time into that. Yeah,
absolutely. I got to address Josh here. What captain don't have another half of a bottle of Crown Royal? Well, as I've stated, I don't drink very often, so no, I haven't gone out to buy another bottle of Crown Royal. So no, I don't.
Maybe we should do like a demo stream and see.
I think we'd get some good funding for super chat shots. I really do think we would. People would love to see that. Love to see us kick back and just kind of relax.
Because it's amazing that it is as simple as if we can earn like $100, that's like 4 days our income in one go, which is like great. It's 3 days or whatever. It's pretty.
Plus, we're always so stiff, boring, and whatever. People think Trekyards is boring because and then there's the warp field that does the thing around.
Have you seen the jokes, Stuart? The scripted funny jokes?
Well, they're dad jokes, but they're top shelf dad jokes, so it's fine.
Top shelf. Yeah, I disagree. Yeah. It's not boring at all.
I disagree as well, but that's the general consensus among people that Trekyards, you go there for information, you go there for your facts, but we're boring. and so we got to cut loose every once in a while.
Boring with the best visuals.
Canada is about to legalize news source. About to legalize. We have legalized. So, not about to. I'd pay to see that. I'm from Wisconsin. I'll donate the drinks. Sweet.
Yeah, we guess
you should. Yeah, and yeah, you guys can send us bottles of liquor that we will, have on screen. That we received this from so and so. This is what we're going to be drinking.
Your super chat via alcohol.
Yes.
Hey, what's that booze that we both like? The apple pie. What's explain that, because that was a damn good drink.
Oh, we found that in Ticonderoga in the States. There's this apple pie. It's almost like it's a beer, but it's like mom's apple pie flavored, and it's really good. It tastes like liquid apple pie, but I forget the alcohol percentage. It was like
7 or 8. It was more than a normal beer, but it wasn't high, I think.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, exactly. So you could buy it in like jugs, like little mason jars. And yeah, when we were down in Ticonderoga, us and the Parlons Trek guys, the podcast, we were drinking those while we were doing we did a podcast with them talking about the different flavors of Mountain Dew that you guys have in the States, because you got like 15 Mountain Dew flavors for some reason. Yeah, so that's a strange thing, but that was a fun podcast. But we weren't drunk yet. So, will Canada let us send you our stuff? Yes, I'm sure they would. I first found Trekyards because of the ship porn, but stayed for the bad jokes. Awesome. That's awesome. See, that's what we want. Submitting Car Galaxy Studios is submitting a donation to Indiegogo now. Thank you. Captain Redneck.
Thank you so much.
Captain Redneck is here. Thank you, Captain. He just threw in $20 into the super chat.
Dude, thank you.
Stay stiff, please. I don't know what you're referring to.
I think you do.
Well, ship porn was mentioned, and then ship porn again after that. And I don't know if you mean stiff as in boring on the show, or stiff.
I was about to make a Rick and Morty joke. But you haven't seen Rick and Morty, have you? I was going to say he meant stay swifty, not stay stiffy.
Okay, I don't know what that means, but okay. Okay, I'll go teehee. Yeah, absolutely. That'd be awesome. I just realized that there's going to be a cartoon Star Trek by the Cartoon Network. Yeah, we've already done a live stream talking about it.
Cartoon Network, though, is it?
I don't think it's on the Cartoon Network. It'll be CBS, so it'll probably be CBS All Access. Yeah. They might do it. They might have it on the Cartoon Network or something to kind of get more exposure, but I doubt CBS would do that.
They'd have some serious rules, though, to deal with that. Like, you wouldn't imagine Rick and Morty would be very good on that network just because of the nature of it.
True. Yeah, exactly. So hi guys, a lot of people saying hi to us in the chat.
Hi guys. So I'm just showing the live as otherwise people won't know we're here, and we are here.
Stiff as in a cell, says Captain Redneck. See, again, I'm not sure exactly what you're referring to, but I mean, if you want to send some blue pills, I mean, I know Admiral Silvio.
There is no spoon, so just take the red pill or the blue pill, whichever.
Speaking of that exact quote, have you seen the latest meme picture of the girl holding the Enterprise?
Yeah.
There is no Enterprise. It's the whole Discovery Enterprise thing. Yeah.
Whoa, that's a big donation, man. Wow. It's got a signed script by the full cast. Wow, that made this already hugely successful. Jesus. Okay.
That's awesome. Well, thank you.
Let me refresh the page live on this channel. We're now up to. Okay, it has to actually update first. It's not there yet. I'll update in a minute, but we're already at 97. So where are we going to be after that? Wow. Hey guys,
10,000 isn't too much. Do you guys already have a lot of equipment? I'll let you answer that question.
So the 10,000 goal. Each of these 3 last goals is to actually enhance the film itself, because again, this is a special meeting of everybody, and there is extra scenes you could put in. So the 10,000 goal will have the new shuttlecraft, which I have a design for, and I want to talk to Stuart about as well, so we do that a bit more together. And
he doesn't include me in things. You got to feel sorry for me.
I do.
He just does stuff behind my back and goes, "Look at this! Look what I did! Look what I'm working on."
It was fun though. It was exciting.
And it's finished, and I'm like, "Thanks for letting me know, jackass."
No, it's like, look, Stuart, look at my thing. It's done.
I don't want to look at your thing.
Yeah, no, yeah. So yeah, what we're doing is we're renting the university studio, which I used to be at, and that allows for a lot of production value for a very little amount of money comparative, because I'm one of the most interesting alumni. And if I bring up a picture of the studio, this is the old studio. To be fair, they've just swapped buildings, so this is the old studio. But as you can see, it's a reasonably big-sized green screen space. We're able to use all the different lights, all the different cameras, C100s and 5D Mark IIIs. Not new cameras, but still very, very good 1080p. And as you can see right then, we always use multiple cameras to each actor to allow for less takes and more scenes when it's one long piece of acting, because you could film everyone separately on different green screens. That's fine. You could film everyone separately different takes, but they're not ever looking at each other. But we try to have as many scenes where you actually use both angles of a single take so that they smoothly integrate without any problems. You get the most real acting by that. And so because we got such a good deal, we're able to do a $10,000 maximum goal and a 5.5 minimum goal, and yet get so much cool production value out of it because of the people I know, the kit we're using. It's a very lucky situation. And again, you know, as you can see on screen, Nick and Robin both made their own costumes. Super high-end costumes, super accurate, no budget. You know, they both Robin made his for this out of his own money because he gets to keep it and such. And we had to buy 2 new costumes, but 2 out of 5 is not bad. And again, you can see the quality again of Nick's costume here for Nim. It's just, it looks like, I was so thrilled when I saw the costume quality, because to me it just looks like the show. It looks, you know, you throw this on a green screen, it's like, well, that actually looks like, I mean, I hope you agree, Stuart, it looks like a still from, you know, or you know, this in particular.
Sure, I will agree.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Somebody said, are the sets going to be mostly CGI then, like Horizon?
What, sorry?
Someone asked, are the sets going to be mostly CGI then, like Horizon?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, we're not doing any sets, because you can't produce, you know, a bridge set, you know, a meeting room set. You know, it's a fully green screen thing, but high-end green screen, we hope, and there'll be a reveal either tomorrow or the next day with the brand new iteration of the Horizon Bridge, which I'm so thrilled for you guys to see, because it is better than I even thought it could look. And I'm really excited. The idea being that it looks, you just accept it. And that's the thing about good green screen. You just accept it. You can go into the story, you never have to think about it. So yeah, 100% green screen. And again, we've had to pay some 3D modelers to build these sets, but I think that's fine, because when you do a good set, I mean, here's Nick on the Voyager set. I mean, quality's on the screen, you know.
Well, I've got two questions. Well, one question and a comment that I want to read back to back. So one is from Car Galaxy Studios, who just donated to the Indiegogo.
I know, thanks so much.
Costumes were all handmade? And then Kevin Clark underneath him said, yeah, the costumes impressed me quite a lot.
Oh, dude, we're at 99% now. 5,465 of 5,500. So all we'd need on this live is if you managed to get $45. No, $35. Guys, $35 and we just reached our goal. How cool would that be to have that live on a stream? To be able to have that moment.
Exactly. It'd be awesome.
Not okay. So the handmadeness. So this is the wonderful cast we had in part 1, and I will wait for Stuart to see it, because you know that's fun. But you got Robin, in order from left to right. You got Nick Cook, Robin Hitt, me, Chris Burdett, and Nimran Saund. Can you see that, Stuart?
Nope.
Okay.
Not yet. There we go. Now I can.
Yeah. So Nick made his costume and Nim's costume, which luckily it fit her, I think, really well, considering I believe that's his wife's costume. Fitted her just great. Very, very. I mean, very lucky about that. And he literally travelled from Scotland to England with just a backpack, so he just about managed to fit that costume, and all the things he needed. Robin made his, but based on Nick's instructions, and he's done his own costumes for years, and that's also very accurate. And Chris's was one bought from a German chap. I've actually got a picture. Do you recognise this chap, Stuart?
No.
He's got the biggest collection of Star Trek props and costumes in the world.
Really?
He owns the shuttle pod. He owns a TOS set, one of the travelling ones. He owns, well...
Has he been to my house? I'm just kidding.
Like, he literally has a warehouse of things. He has 1,500.
That's amazing.
He has 1,500 costumes of Star Trek. And,
wow.
He has a museum in Blackpool. Yeah, that's him with his shuttle pod.
So when are we going to see him? We need to do a trip down there.
I didn't realize they're open in Blackpool. I mean, they have a TOS bridge there.
Why are we not there?
Dude, I know. Yeah, I think we should. And so, as you can see, in a gift shop they actually sell old memorabilia plus costumes from different things. A lot of them he handmade because he had real reference, and based on, because there's often been like touring groups and events. There was a German. And I remember this specifically because it's Chris's uniform. It was a German like limited time Trek event, and they had to make like a few custom nemesis for the actors, and then he was given them or he bought them, and so he's been selling those off, and so they're fully accurate, or at least almost completely with good materials. They were trying to look accurate, and so luckily at the very, very last minute we had a big snafu when it comes to costuming, because Chris didn't try on his outfit that I had already had for him. He had it for a month. He tried it a week before the filming. It didn't fit. And so can you imagine, how do I find a new high quality first contact tailored to fit, and I have 4 days to find it, order it, have it delivered before I leave on Friday? 4 days. And we film in 7. That guy saved my bacon. It's a very expensive costume, but I had to spend the money. Like, when we were doing a fundraiser, without having everyone on set, it would have been 3 out of 5 isn't enough to film, and we filmed a lot of footage on that day. But as you can see, his costume looks amazing. It's just as good as everyone else's. So that one's not handmade, although to be fair, it might have been handmade at the time. But no, his is But again, I mean, you can just see it looks just as good as the originals, I think.
Yeah, Kevin Clark says the problem with CGI like that though is the lighting differences, but I understand why you guys would, since it is cheaper to do.
Well, I mean, we can't build 4 complete starship bridges.
We would if we could, and we will one day.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
To have a bridge, and then between each bridge is a holodeck grid.
Oh,
so you're going through the holodeck to the next bridge, and we're going to have all the bridges. Trekyards extravaganza. It's going to be a thing. I don't know. That's what we've talked about.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
And not set quality, real quality. Like the floorboards won't creak or anything like that.
Unless you want it to for atmosphere.
I've always said though, it's a starship, not a sailing ship. The floor shouldn't creak when you walk around the bridge.
Yes, that's true.
Just takes you out of the moment a little bit, So.
Yeah, sure. And someone did ask, what does Indiegogo take? Indiegogo takes any credit card you want. So, yeah, just go on.
Do they do PayPal too?
I don't know actually. I don't. Do they? I don't know.
I have no idea. I would assume so in today's day and age.
Can I back my own film? Will it let me? Let's have a look.
Okay. And
no,
Car Galaxy Studios is like pimping you out, saying, let's get him to his goal. They take credit cards, and now he's like, or 2 $10 donations or one $15 donation and one $15 donation. Captain Redneck throws in $35 and says goal met ? That's a super chat. So thank you very much, Redneck. Much appreciated.
I mean, do you want me to put that into the campaign? I mean,
you can if you want. Yeah.
I mean, the problem with that is that well, yes. Well, the problem with that is that 10% was taken, so it's, you're amazing, Captain Redneck. Thank you for the super chat to help the Trekyards channel. But if you want to support the Indiegogo, you got to go on to the Indiegogo. But thank you. We'll see how.
Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off. Car Galaxy Studios says no PayPal. He just checked, so that sucks.
I think it's just because of the security measures. I mean, credit card obviously has all those security things, and you do get. I think PayPal, for the most part, is you get money taken as you go, as soon as you pledge. Whereas Indiegogo is when the campaign ends. I don't know if
campaign's finished.
Yeah. But yeah. Bloody hell! I mean, 99%. That's pretty great. But I mean, as a fan of fan films, Stuart, I mean, very few have done real sets, and those real sets, 99% are TOS, and most of those are poorly lit TOS beyond the exceptional. Obviously, we had Renegades, which was kind of what we had, even some CGI set in extension. But how do you feel about VFX sets versus practical? And now you can see, Nick on set. I mean, does this? How do you feel? You're a big Trek fan, obviously.
I think it's I was going to say it's far superior, but it's not, clearly. It's just, yeah, like you said, most of the physical sets are TOS just because they're the easiest to construct, which is kind of sad. I like to see more like Wrath of Khan's bridges made, things like that. It would be cool to film on. But, I mean, with that, with somebody as talented as Samuel, you can get all the proper angles, you can get the proper lighting, and it looks very realistic. I mean, it's hard to tell. I mean, it's hard to tell the difference, especially when somebody as talented as Samuel is working on it. Like,
I mean, dude, this is my set. I mean, this is one of the friends of Trekyards channel set. This set with Chris is from Bridge Commander that we converted. I did a light rig for. I mean, I'm working with a team, a 3D team. I can't do the modeling myself, but I can do lighting and I can do other things. And this new team I have working on some interiors. I mean, my God, it's teamwork. You know, I can do great green screen, but people are obviously passionate about this project. And you're right, angles I think is the true necessity, because again we'll stick on this shot with Chris and let me know when you can see it, because there's little so it doesn't look flat, does it?
No, that actually looks really good. I'm really impressed with that.
Because you mentally know exactly what that's meant to be, don't you? The Enterprise Z bridge, he's in the right uniform, it's the right color palette, it all sort of fits, but it's an angle of the bridge that you got a sense of the ceiling, you got a sense that flat is difficult. And even if this shot of Nick, it's flat, but because he's so straight on and flat, in context of the scene, it makes sense. And you've actually got the depth planes of the, if you look carefully, and it's hard to see with the smaller windows, but he's in focus, the chair's in focus, but a little bit less so. The back piece a little bit out of focus, and the back piece out of focus. And because you know how it should look, it does. So it's you can get a lot of great effect with green screen. It's only when people just do, here's two people talking in the background. I will say that I do a lot of stuff, not rushed, but trying to do everything was work in progress for the Indiegogo. So this shot of all three of them is very flat, despite me trying not to make it flat, because that's not the set they're actually on in the scene. It's not done. Like, I only had 3 work in progress sets, and none of them were done. So I had to pick my battles and just had to get something of them together. So that was a struggle. But then you see a comparison to a finished set, and it's just instantly a ton better. And to be fair, like Horizon, obviously we've both seen Horizon, the Enterprise NX 1 era fan film, and his lighting's really good. It comes from a place, harsh angles, harsh lights, coloured lights. It's great. But at the same time, I always refer to there's a certain scene on the bridge when the bridge is lit as it was in the show. One of his side is lit, one of his side is in complete shadow. It's like there's no way for an X01 bridge to make your face in shadow. That it looks amazing, but it makes no sense whatsoever. If you go back and watch Voyager DS9 or TNG, it's super blandly lit, because guess what? It's an office. It's a workspace office.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? There isn't this big key light. This isn't this big red light. It's really simple, which is kind of nice to build those 80s, 90s, 2000s sets and stuff, because it is very blandly lit, and that's absolutely fine. Because it was bland.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean it's bad, because it's the canon you want to see,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The only thing that I have issue with, and I hate about green screen, is, and this is something that not a lot of people would notice, but it really bugs the shit out of me, is when somebody's in front of a supposed console and they're doing this, like pretending to push buttons, and they don't know how to do it. That irritates the shit out of me, or doesn't match up with what they're pushing. Because I've seen some where they've obviously been in front of a green screen, but they're not hitting a button. They're hitting like the black beside the button, and it's just like, for the love of Christ, put a little cross there so you know where you're hitting, so that you can actually make sure that lines up with something. It bugs me. It's a pet peeve of mine. I don't know if it's my OCD or what it is, but when I watch that in a fan film, your temporal anomaly is a perfect example. The one guy on the TOS bridge at the helm hitting buttons. It's like, just don't do that, please. Stop.
Yeah, that was one of those things where only 2 members of the 7-member cast were Trek fans. But I kind of think that's kind of interesting, because they gave it to the character, to the performance. It wasn't about, I'm in a uniform. Ooh. It was actually about the acting. But it's hard to describe that sort of piece. And actually, to be fair, 5 years ago, iPads weren't anywhere near as much of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And certainly not for students. So we didn't have iPads in the same way. So the idea of that wasn't as prevalent. So when you do a key, touch controls, it's a keyboard, which is it's much more that. Whereas now you can do tap 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 tap. But even that is like, well, it's a different sort of way of doing it. And if you look at Star Trek, actually the way they touch is so gentle, so considered, but there's no energy in that at all.
And even Data in that does like 3 fingers. You just, and you hold 2 buttons and hit another one. It's just you get your fluid motions in there if you do it enough, and you can get kind of your own thing going on, which is cool. I don't know. That's just something that bugs me about fan films.
Yeah, no, I certainly get that. I mean, you're touching something that's not real. And you don't even know where it's actually going to be in the scene, because sometimes the angle won't even match up. Often I try to, with productions, you put the console in front of them, so they're just touching a rough contextual where it is, but not actually touching anything, so you don't get that disconnect. So I don't think temporarily, I don't think Convergence has any button presses. I mean, we're focused on the captains, the higher end players, where the orders is what matters. It's not so much the yeah, exactly. You're not pressing buttons, you're commanding those.
Push the button. Do it. Do it now.
I'm the captain. Do it. For killing.
Get to the button. Get to the button.
And donate to Indiegogo.
Yes.
Yeah. No, it's yeah. This one again. I've learned a lot of lessons from Temporal Anomaly, because I mean, 5 years watching it, editing it for 5 years. It's it had to be about characters, about story, and about delivering moments with each character. I mean, you've seen the film, and you were lucky. I made a visual effect run, so when I went through, so we filmed it on Skype, and obviously it's crappy quality, crappy sound, but it gave everyone a sense of what it was going to be. I then cut that all up into actually how I would edit it with music, which was really fun. And then I thought, well, I need the visual effects in to be able to work with the music to get a sense of how long it's going to be, the pace, and make changes. I made some changes after the fact. Some lines didn't quite connect because of the CGI next to it didn't connect, so I knew it was actually really important.
Yeah.
And when you watch the film, it's like, actually, it's not about the space battles. It's not about the visual effects. They're just window dressing to the story.
As they should be.
Yeah.
I find too many fan films focus on the special effects, and there's no story, or it's a not bad story that's very shittily acted and not directed well. But, they're not professional directors, they're not professional actors, so you got to kind of overlook that, and you almost have to watch fan films with like the 1960s Star Trek Vaseline on your glasses kind of thing, so that hey, that looks really good, and just ignore the bad acting. Just in your mind picture good acting, saying those same lines. And it's not saying anything bad against fan films. I mean, they're making them because they love the franchise. They love Star Trek, and it's just I love the fact that you are you've been trained. You went to university for this. You know how to direct. You know how to set up scenes. You know how to do all this. So when I watch something done by you compared to some other people, it's like night and day. You're not Steven Spielberg yet, but you're also not Joe Blow around the corner filming on his iPhone. But it's I'm not saying anything bad against them either, because they all have a love for Star Trek. So,
well, it's all contextual. If I was to go into an office with an IT firm, and they said, right now use Excel and work out our bottom line of income for the year, you have 2 hours. No, you bring in a data analyst whose job it is. You know what I mean? So a fan that has no experience can only go so far, and that's not a promise. Just they have no experience. Whereas I have a degree, I have 11 years of passion of doing these things, of getting progressively better, knowing how to use the cameras. And I will say my one true skill is cinematography. I can see an angle, and that translates well into visual effects because I've learned the software over 5 years, but I could always make good angles. So once you know how to use the software reasonably easily, then the cinematography is where you bring that stuff to life. And that's why, I love doing a lot. Yeah, exactly.
Is this a good angle? Do you do this a lot?
Oh, I've had some funny old times. Do you want to hear a little story?
No, not really. I was just asking a question. Yeah, fine. Tell a story. I was just kidding. Oh.
I made a short called. I don't know what it's called. I just don't know what it's called. It's a short I made ages ago. It's my university last project, and it was about this time traveling sort of guy. It was basically Groundhog Day, but with a guy that uses power badly, but with a literal concept of every choice. I mean, you've seen it. I showed you and Cassie the one where he relives a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's that film. And the end is in this little room, which is meant to be this really cool underground bit with pipes, but that wasn't allowed at the last minute. And so it was in this little room. And I remember I didn't visualize the room, didn't have it planned. I walked in, we had to film it. And so I'm in this room, and the actors are doing their lines, and I've got this camera. I'm like, right, what angles am I going to do in this room? So I start walking around. I get on the floor and look up. I'm trying to visualize. I know where they're going to stand. I know that bit. That's not important. I'm like, that's going to be an angle there. I'm like, I put out a camera. I start just focusing at nothing. Just like I'm trying to rebuild my brain filmscape with the environment, because you can't stop. We have a very tight schedule for that one. That's why I'm really looking forward to one of our hopefully it'll come true trips this year in filming one of the sets, and hopefully same thing. We can plan some really amazing shots and do some really cool things.
You guys be on the lookout for stuff going from Trekyards next year. That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
You should avoid using letterbox. It's dated, and there are much better methods to do a cinematic effect, like film grain, noise reduction, color corrections, contrast, etc.
Well,
your thoughts. Sir.
Well, Kevin, 95% of features use anamorphic widescreen. So, by its very nature, it's a cinematic widescreen. So, sure, but also, we use both. I mean, it's a medium. Actually, I found that creating visual effects in that medium is really interesting, because the sense of, even though you're losing top and bottom screen space, because of how long it is, like the Voyager, which is quite a long ship. It's very good, stout, and long. You can create really interesting flybys where it is in full frame for the entire time. It does cool things, and it's like it comes to a new life in anamorphic. But obviously, yes, I'm doing color grading, grain. I mean, all the tricks to make it look good, and you'll see it in a upcoming teaser tomorrow. It's a fourth wall breaking trailer, which I'm excited to reveal, and then probably the last day or before I was working today actually before I went out will be the first look at real footage from the piece. We've had a month more time obviously since Indiegogo started to get a bit closer, and I'm really excited. And I'll show it probably to you at the end of today, see what he thinks, because professional eye, all that jazz. And to be fair, like, you can watch it on your big screen on your TV and see how it looks like as a proper. It would be interesting to see if it holds up.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just checking your Indiegogo page, and it hasn't been. It's still at 99%. Come on, guys.
Which is so cool.
There's $5, $10, $15 rewards. Every little bit helps.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, a couple of 10s, a couple of 15s. That's the thing. If you don't need to super chat right now, you can donate. It's funny. Dark Commander just posted. Thanks everyone for your amazing support. With 99% of our crossover fundraising production funded, we're nearly there. You guys are the best. Check out this funny clash of captains. Yeah, it's been a funny old campaign. Yeah.
And I got to emphasize, like you said, I have seen a rough cut of this thing, and the story is phenomenal. Like the scripting that Samuel did is great. It's got real punch. It's got real emotional impact at the end. It's a fantastic piece of film. To be honest.
Yeah,
I gotta say it.
I was surprised when you said in one of our interviews recently that you thought I had a ghostwriter.
Well, I didn't think you could write that well. The dialogue's amazing. It feels natural. It feels fluid. It feels like it's written professionally. It doesn't feel fan filmy. And not that I'm any expert on that kind of thing, but I watch enough movies and TV to know what's good and what's not great. And this is fantastic. Once all the special effects are ironed out and everything's filmed correctly and not over Skype, once I'm looking forward to seeing it finished. You guys are really going to enjoy it. It is the fan film multiverse, bringing all these people in, and it's great. It's great storytelling, and it's very well done.
It's start of the fan film cinematic universe.
Yeah, and I'm not really even involved with it. I just have a small couple lines, and then that's it. So I didn't do much work on it.
It's a good role though. Gotta work out your costume. It's not sure what the costume's gonna be. It's gonna be something good.
Oh God.
Oh, maybe.
People want me to do it shirtless. Maybe you can paint me green.
I was about to say maybe you're from the planet. We'll change the script. Maybe you're from the planet in TNG where Wesley gets.
I was just thinking that as you were saying costume, I was going to say something about that, and that's why I went to just shirtless instead.
Yeah.
Or maybe Angel 1. I can wear what Riker was wearing.
Oh.
Glue like a carpet to my chest, so I have chest hair for a change, and like this little thing over here.
I mean, I think people would pay money for that right now on Indiegogo, wouldn't they?
They would. Well, /.-121 isn't here. He'd be paying and wanting to see the moobs, the man boobs of Captain Foley, because he's always saying that and donating, and there you go.
Interesting question though from Squadra Course, and this is to you as well. I want to ask you: does ship porn count as character development, considering there's actually a new ship in this as well?
I would say 1,000% yes. I've always maintained that the Enterprise to me is one of the main characters of TOS. It is a character in and of itself.
Yeah.
So when it's not treated properly, I notice these things. And yes, the ships aren't just special effects. Again, in this one, they're used to great efficiency. They're used to enhance the story, not be the story. So I think, yes, absolutely. I would say it does count as character development. Yes.
Although I think, and I'm going to put a few more shots in, I'm sure, as creatively strikes, but the Horizon herself, it isn't like, look at the star of the show, it isn't about Horizon, it isn't the focus, and it isn't just ship pawning up, it's just part of this team narrative. There's even like a narrative of teamwork inside of the CG, because it is this 4 ships, all of which have slightly different roles, all of which do these own things, and they all have almost their own little journey in the visual effects.
Oh, sorry, I put the link to the thing in there because somebody asked for it, but Rogue Shadow HD says, coughs, JJ Prize, bad ship porn. Yep. JJ Prize ship porn is kind of like bestiality. It's like, what the hell did I just see? I never want to see that again.
Although those shots in Beyond, a bit flying.
The shots in Beyond were pretty impressive. I did enjoy Beyond, yes. And then to see it get totally annihilated, it was just
fun.
It was awesome. Yes.
And then that new one had promise.
Yes. Whether we'll see it, I don't know.
Yeah, you saw the rough cut, and
yes,
very certainly one of the biggest challenges, although very fun, was it has to be around 30 minutes. This was obviously you got the problem with the guidelines, but I mean they are guidelines, not rules. It is a case-by-case basis, and they take the spirit of what your intent is as important, because if I was trying to raise 100k for what seemed to be a really odd project, then something is amiss there, whereas I tried to create this project, it's a fan film made by fan filmmakers of other fan filmmakers using fan film ships for a teeny budget that's 1/10 of what they allow you to raise. I mean, there's and it's in the time limit. It's nothing there that just screams as, ooh, this is gonna be a threat to, Discovery. You know what I mean?
Actually, I've seen it, and it is a threat to Discovery as far as quality goes. So, I
told you before, writing is so important in Discovery. It's just that
I know
the writings, and you didn't. I mean, to be honest, Stuart, revealing to the audience, you hadn't really seen the other fan films with these other people, so you went in watching mine sort of blind. Is it fair to say?
Yes, I haven't watched many fan films. I have since this whole thing has started. I've subscribed to quite a few on YouTube, so I've been checking them out occasionally when I'm watching YouTube at night. Some of them are really good. Some of them have excellent stories and are, very few set pieces, which makes it easy for them to film, and short. So I think some of them are really well done. But there's other ones where I do enjoy the special effects that they have. The ships, are beautiful, but then the story and the sets are like, really? You're in your garage, dude.
Wait,
yeah. I don't know.
But that's the nice thing about fan films, though. You take it as it comes.
Oh, so... Robin is here.
Robin Hirt.
Hello, Robin.
Hiya, Robin. Robin, we got $60 live now, 99%.
Yes, he's one of the captains in this amazing.
He is this one. Let me see if I can find a not embarrassing picture. Let's see if I can find a picture of Robin, Mr. Hirt. I mean, there's the two best friends together. This was fun because these two have known each other for over a decade and have talked about doing a film together. So this is Nick Cook from Intrepid and Robin, who's now in the chat, from Dark Armada, now Batavia, and they've known each other for 10 years, and we interviewed them both, which was great for just history's sake. It was fun to hear those stories. And then I come along, and I get them together finally after over 10 years, and their chemistry on screen is so tangible, and obviously, credit where it's due. It's their chemistry, but it was a well written scene. I went through several iterations. I really streamlined it. I paid a lot of attention into watching everything they both produced, because that defines who they are as characters. Because they've got characters, they had real people that were in their shows, and then I had to work out how they know each other, and what is their relationship, and play off what I got a sense of how they were as people, because you want to sort of work to their strengths as well. I mean, when they're not real actors, so you got to at least play. I'm not going to give Nick, okay, now you're a 3-foot tall Jamaican who's a war vet, who's blind. You probably can't play that as well as a Scottish man actor. You know what I mean? Probably not the same standard. Stuart,
I see what you're saying.
You could do it, Stuart. Though I think you'd be great at that role.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, so the chemistry. I mean, I love writing that scene to bit, because it was. I wrote it knowing how they were going to say it roughly. I had their voices in my head, and to see them actually perform it.
That means you're crazy, dude.
It was. I deep dived, man. I deep dived. I did. I deep dived on their shows. It was research. I mean, I do respect all of them. They got a legacy that I can't even come close to. We're at 4 years of Trekyards. They're at 12 of working on this thing. That's amazing. And we think 4 years is a long time.
Yeah.
But to see them actually act out and have that chemistry, and I was able to invent it, but it was always there. It was a really fun thing. I maybe not the last time we see them together. They're a lot of fun to work with them.
Wellington Smithopoulos says, "Joke's on you because it's not going anywhere." I don't know what he's talking about, but not quite sure. Clarify that so that we know what you're talking about.
Well, Convergence is 99% funded, so I feel like we are going to go somewhere. Right to the filming part 2. So we did actually film a ton. That was what I wanted to make sure that we did, because I mean, look at the best fan film series of all time. Continues. How did they produce that? They made an episode first, a full 40-minute fan film episode with the original series sets, full costume, full sound. Everything was there. It wasn't as refined. It was actually, if you look back, we have done, the lighting is actually quite bland, but that's nothing against it. It's still better than a lot of stuff. But it was there. You saw. So we wanted to be able to show this one still of me with these 4 actors in beautiful costumes and a good green screen. That takes some serious money, time, effort, and commitment to be able to achieve. I wanted to show that, because for such a small budget, why is it so small? Because we're putting in our own love, effort, and commitment into making it really cool. And I'm being crazy and putting time into it, because at the end of the day, we have a legacy, with what we produce, what we have.
Yeah.
Jump in.
Wellington Smithopoulos said, "I was responding to the statement above mine, Cap, which said Disco Trek isn't Trek, it's a bad CBS joke. So joke's on you because it's not going anywhere." Okay. Now I understand. Now I know. And knowing is half the battle.
Convergence.
Usually do Trekyards, but that's okay. At least I got everyone around me brainwashed enough that when I say that, my whole family does it. They all know.
Actually.
They all. Gee, actually, absolutely every time. And now I know. And knowing's half the battle. G.I. Joe. What they don't tell you is the other half of the battle is violence.
good intentions and violence will solve this problem.
And knowing.
And guns, swords.
Well, I think half of it is knowing. The other 25% is blue lasers and 25% is red lasers. That's how it works.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. So no. So I don't know if you guys do know, but I did make a fan film. I mean, Stuart's seen it. It exists. It was all but done. It was 99% done. It was called Temporal Anomaly, and also, yes. I do think the Convergence Indiegogo shows the quality I'm going to reach. Like, even though I haven't got anything technically out to my name, fully finished, except 1,000 Trekyards videos. I mean, come on. The Convergence Indiegogo shows that all the things that, like, here is everything you need to see and know in one big, package. But if I actually play the Temporal Anomaly trailer for a second, I'm not gonna ad revenue cease and desist this video because we showed footage from, I'm not gonna copyright claim.
You better not. I know where you live, mister.
Yeah.
Kevin Clark says, I'm working on a fan project as well, a horror movie with a tone cross between Dracula and Children of the Corn. Jeez. I'm working on finishing the script right now. That should be very interesting.
Jeez, good luck. Very cool.
Yeah.
So this was my other big project. Bloody trying to get the thing to frame up properly and not be too small. Whatever, that's close enough. So this was obviously fun. But as you can, all the visual effects, all the things are obviously, iterative. And this was, I only showed this when I thought I was good enough to show, but, visual effects are quite good. This was, filmed 5 years ago, but it shows that, I could still make something.
And I want to point out here, a lot of people have thought that you got shut down by CBS for this fan film. They actually contacted you. There was 3 things you needed to work on. You've worked with them. They're being worked on. This will get released soon, so it hasn't been shut down. I just want to clarify that for everybody, because people have mentioned that to me, that Samuel got shut down by. No, we didn't. Sorry. He got contacted by CBS, but he worked with the legal team, and there's the 3 things he needed to change, and he's working on that. So
yeah, I got a deal, and I should be out before the end of the year. It's just waiting for the original soundtrack, and I might do one quick remaster of one of the shots with the new model, just because there's a legendary artist that's giving me a new one. But I mean, as you can see, I do cool shots and again, filmed 5 years ago. That's one of the things I was very proud of. While my skills in CG might not have been up to snuff 5 years ago, my filming was good enough. So all these shots still hold up. Technically, they all still look pretty good even. But I've got ambition, and I wanted to make this new film for multiple reasons. But it was just nice to be able to say I made this in a Stargate film in 2012. I filmed Star Trek one in 2013, and then to be able to have, and you can see Chris there. You can see how he's aged in those 5 years. It's much more distinguished now. And there's Nim in her great granddaughter, and then now, the journey, the what I could do then to what I can do now. I think it's just an interesting state of affairs, And Chris
and people are watching this trailer out of context, because I'm watching it kind of delayed here, and I see like a magnificent maroon sitting in like a Voyager Intrepid style chair. People are gonna be like, "What?" Trust me, it all makes sense. It's not like they just throw on random costumes. This is a Star Trek costume. This is no. It all follows a story. It all makes sense.
There's a temporal anomaly. It's in the name.
I know, but not a lot of people would put two and two together. If they do, they put 2 and 2 together, they get 22, not 4. So you need to
all windows.
Sure.
Oh my God, Stuart, we have 2 more donations. We have that is $15 from John Crichton. Thank you so much. He's got a naming crest digital art and a donation from Ernest Stickland, $5. A thank you. So that brings our total. Let's do a. This is exciting. This is fun. So we were at 99%, 5465. We are now at 5485. $15 more and we'll hit our goal. Jesus, people.
$15.
We are literally one donation from being fully funded. Holy hell.
Don't forget the stretch goals.
Yeah. I'm excited by stretch goals, at least the 7,000, because I really want to be able to make this documentary. Robin flew in his girlfriend, his partner, and she's also a filmmaker, so she filmed the entire event behind the scenes. I sort of directed her, and she filmed things. She had a great camera, and so I have about 3 hours of behind the scenes footage, interviews with all the cast. I'm going to do more second time round as well, so there'll be more than enough footage to make a full documentary from it. That I think will just be cool. I mean, it's one of those things that if we reach the 7,000 goal, then everyone gets cool stuff. I doubt we'll get 8,000, but hey, maybe in the last 4 days we'll suddenly get like 1,000 donor. If you want, please do. But just 6,000 would be cool as well.
Oh, it looks like Ernest Strickland is putting some money in. He says, "F it, I'll do it." He said he wished he could do more. I guess he's putting in more. He put in 5, but. And Car Galaxy, or no, Squadra Course says I'd do it, but I'm broke till Friday. Isn't Friday the last day of the campaign, Samuel?
Yep, the campaign closes at. No, I put it in the interview. Yeah, I know I know several people that want to give, but they have paydays on Friday, which is absolutely fine. No, because it doesn't stop in my time zone; it stops in another time zone, and I had to clarify that. So it actually stops at. I don't know what PDT. I don't know Pacific Dental Time. I don't know what that is. It's not Mountain Time. It's not Eastern. It's not Western. It's not you. What the hell's
PDT? I don't know what PDT is.
See?
Pacific something time. Pacific Dolphin Time. It's in the middle of the ocean, so it's when the dolphins can, that's their time zone. I don't know.
So yeah, so as you can see, it stops. This is what Indiegogo tells me. November 2nd, 2018.
Pacific Daylight Time. Apparently.
What has a different Pacific Standard? I have no idea. 11:59 PDT is when it stops. So donate up until that. Although I've been some people suggested doing in demand, which would allow it to continue raising money. Because if people want to give after the fact to get those stretch goals, I mean, like I say, it's not going to take that much to get the 6, maybe the 7, and if we get close to 7, I might be able to do that stuff anyway. New donation. Guess who donated, Stuart?
Ernest,
guess how much, Stuart?
$15.
Oh,
you just hit. I was guessing. Am I right?
You are right. This is a moment, guys. We might have done it live.
The goal live on a live stream. Yes.
Are you ready for a refresh? And I'm not going to react until you react until you see it on the live stream. Okay, so I'll stay muted. So I'm going to press refresh. I'll wait for you to see it. Nope, hasn't actually refreshed yet because it's not come through a system yet. Does anyone know which episodes that Robin Cook appeared in James Cloy's? Well, there isn't a Robin Cook. You're thinking of Robin Hitt or Nick Cook, but I don't think that's been released. Actually, it hasn't gone through. Well, we'll see in a minute. I've got a question though. Kevin W. Clark says, just a point of constructive criticism, lighting in the CGI does not match the actors in some scenes. Some of the scenes look dark and more cinematic than lighting of the actors. So yeah, in Temper Anomaly, which I filmed 5 years ago when I was 20 or 18, I was 20, I just lit them cleanly because most fan films had bad green screening. You could see through them. I wanted really clean green screen. So I just filmed it. I filmed it as clean as possible so I could fix it in post. That's what I tried to do. So yeah, it doesn't match, but also it's really clear. Convergence is a bit more normal, so it should be fine. But I mean, it matches for the most part. Stuart, there we go. And in fact, someone else donated 15 as well. Whoa! I guess that's why it was delayed, because it was looking at another one. Oh, 2 new. What, really? Oh wow. Okay, it's $15 from John Riken again. Amazing. And okay, Ian Warrender, $40 for a signed script as well, which also hasn't come through. So that's gonna, Stuart, I feel loved. This is lovely.
Did you just call me Stu?
No, Stuart. I just said it fast
because I would have to break your legs.
I know. No, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 during this live stream. Could you ask for anything more? I mean, yes, but not for support. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, 5,575. There we go. Next goal. We gotta reach the stretch goal. That's incredible. I guess I'll post that. Ian contributed. No, you did, Ian. We got it. Thank you. And £2 super chat as well, so you support everything as well. Amazing, guys. Live long and prosper. Yes, Robin, we did it. Congrats to Samuel on the cast. Yes. Woo!
Yay!
Oh, was Nick in the Blood and Fire with Tasha Yar? Didn't know that. Wow. I feel that I probably should have prepared something for when we succeeded. I don't think we're necessarily going to... Oh, and another one as well.
A video? Do you have a video clip you can play or something as a, like, yay, we did it?
No. $20 as well. Another one from Joseph Pentrick. Holy hell. Yeah, I'm gonna, wow. I like being speechless, you know? It's nice.
I like when you're speechless too.
I know. $5,605. Wow. Now we're only 395 away from to having all the fees, or at least most of the fees covered. That is incredible. Okay, I'm gonna have to post this now, guys. That we hit our goal. That is. Woo!
It's a little awesome. You know, I was gonna donate. I was just gonna donate right now. I was gonna put in $40 for one of the signed scripts, but then with Canada, it added another 20 on there, and it's just like, ugh. I'll have to give you that money on the down.
You could just put 40 in without the perk. I'll just give you a script when I see you next.
I could do that.
Because I know you'll give it. Like, I'm gonna remember you gave it to me, but you don't have to. I mean, that's, you know, you're Stuart. You have to. You're already in it,
right? Ian Warrender puts in £2 in the super chats. Thank you. Contributed for only 15.
Anything?
You're only $15 off now. Gotcha.
Yeah, but we hadn't refreshed, so he didn't see the he didn't see the brand new. But no, thank you guys. That is absolutely incredible. And now already 100 more, because 100 more is already a percentage of the fees. Is a good chunk of the printing costs. It's great. It's nice to see, because it's one of the strange things with this funding campaign that we don't know which weekend in either February or March we can film part 2, because we all have to be fully available, and that's a hell of a commitment. You know, Jim has to fly in and then fly out and have the time off work and be okay. And so the flight costs for everyone, we can't even guess. We can't. Like, we know it's going to be over $1,000 pounds for Jim, but if we don't book it soon enough, it'll be more. If we book it, you know what I mean? Oh yeah.
Yeah, I gotta address one of the comments here. Alpha Omega 1500. Have either of you met James Cawley or Vic Mignogna? We both met them both, and
several times.
Yes, several times. I was just talking to Vic a few days ago, actually. So yeah, we talk to them on a regular basis.
I've met Vic 4 times, and I've met Cawley 3 times.
I've met Cawley, I don't know how many times.
Yeah, met way more. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've met Vic, I think, twice.
Yeah, I met him twice in England, so yeah.
But yeah, twice or once. I don't know.
Was it once?
I have met Vic.
Well, it's Denver. It's just Denver, wasn't it? For you.
Yeah, I think I just met him once, but since then we talk on a regular basis.
Yeah, feels like more, doesn't
it?
On
Facebook. Plus, we talk to him on Skype. We, you know, it's like we hang out with them quite a bit more than we actually do. But yes, we know them. We know them both very well.
We've still got 2 episodes of continuous content ready to go. But we sort of held that back because our channel wasn't getting as much income from ad revenue. But now we have super chat, so we can put out content that we know you guys want, the hardcore fans, even if it won't get as many views or ad revenue, which is great. Super chats allow us to put out content that's like really specialist. That was like, oh my god, that's so special, but less people need to watch it, if that makes sense. So it's a weird dynamic shift when, you know, less people pay for the content they want. You know.
Yeah.
Live.
Well, congratulations, Samuel. I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just posting on the.
And maybe I'll shoot you some extra money on the side. I don't know if I want to donate through Indiegogo because
they take funds. Yeah.
Bullshit. But yeah, I wouldn't mind a signed script personally. So
yeah, I want one too. Personally, I want at least one. Because it's kind of cool.
Yeah. Do I get to sign it too? Because I'm in it.
Yeah.
Yay.
I mean, you're gonna sign mine. Yay. You're gonna sign mine. But I mean, that's the thing. It depends if I see you first.
I can sign mine too.
Yeah. Well, yeah. No, it depends. Like I said, I know that somebody already is donating, and he wants you to sign the Horizon print, I believe.
Oh, nice.
So obviously that's gonna be delayed until after I see you, but I'm absolutely fine for you to sign it. If anyone would like a Stuart Foley signature as part of your perk, you're welcome, and that will be even more rare because I literally have to go to him. So if you want a signed script by the absolute entire cast, including Stuart Foley, we can absolutely do that for the same price. I just have to know in advance that you want that. If you want the bonus Stuart, and Stuart's signature, you know, that is a rare commodity. He doesn't just give it away.
That's true. Anyway, Joseph Petrick puts in €5 in super chats. Hey, thank you, Joseph.
Thank you.
Did not catch it. So, what are the release timelines for this Convergence?
Well, now we're funded.
Yay!
That's good. So we filmed basically the first half. I would like to add more angles to some of the scenes already filmed, just for the impact factor. But I'm going to edit what I've got already. And most films don't get 2 chances with time in between. So I'll say, oh, that needed a close-up. Let's just go film the close-up, you know. Filming the second half in February or March, when the first time the cast is free. That's obviously the sale to get everyone together. My hope is to release it in June, personally. Because I have done most of the space visual effects already. Because I already had all the models. That was the point. Temporal was delayed because I kept improving. I have all the final models except Horizon. That's only one layer out of the scenes. I'm not going to refilm most of the shots. A lot of the backgrounds are at least going. Horizon Bridge is very close to being done, which is so exciting. And then other scenes will be not too far. And I'll just start editing those scenes. The music pass, then it'll take as long as that takes. I can't, you know, whoever does it for me, who find I've got 2 people that are interested. They might take 2 months, might take 3, 4, 6. I don't know. I'd hope less, but we'll see. But yeah, in terms of June, I'm hoping. I want to get done, dusted. I'm aiming to have a lot of it edited in raw, rough with green screen. So, you know, not raw, but we could still change this. But here it is fully green screened of what I've still got, sorry. When we film part 2, so everyone can watch it together and say that, because that'd be kind of cool. That bit needs new close. That bit needs like we can get a sense of it together, and then just film the new bits and try and match angles and hair color, hair coiffs. I don't know. So when you try to actually add a new bit of footage in something filmed a year ago, like I'm hoping that Chris has the same beard and Robin has the same little bit of hair there. You know, I'm hoping Nim's hair is going to be a thing. I'm hoping she can come back and refilm because I would like to get little bits with her again. Not for lack of quality, just again, different shots are important.
Yeah.
So June, I'm hoping June. Honestly, it'd be a very quick turnaround for a fan film because it's only 30 minutes in the VFX. Most fan films, the VFX are hard. Not so much for me.
That was a very long answer to a very easy question. But Doc says, have we ever thought about getting a Streamlabs going? Yes, we've thought about it, but we don't know anything about it, so we haven't looked into it.
I know
it does say support the stream, streamlabs.com at the bottom in the description thing there. Because we do stream through OBS, Streamlabs OBS. So I don't know how that works. I know they take way less percentage than YouTube does. YouTube kind of sticks it to you, but that's all right. And Alpha Omega 1500 says, could Vic or James be a part of your film, Sam?
Not planning to be. They're the wrong era.
Right.
Yeah, that's part of the fun, is that there's no cameos in this film. Everyone is actually part of the narrative. And as such, there's so few characters because each one actually is important. So I know that when I first launched Indiegogo, we had a fan message me and say, hey, could my fan actor be part of your film? And I said, first of all, I don't know your production, no offense. It was a smaller one, I don't know anything about it. It was an audio drama, I don't listen to fan audio dramas. And they were saying, oh, this character could really be important to the story. I'm like, well, you don't know the story, and the story takes place outside of Federation space. So there is no contact with Earth. They'd have to be on the ship. We'd have to explain it. They couldn't have a good part because we couldn't film on green screen. We couldn't get them across. You know what I mean? All these things that don't equate to. They're obviously not important to the story. So there is no excess people, and as such, you know, not the wrong era. You know, I'm trying to celebrate post TNG. You know.
I think they meant playing somebody other than.
Oh well, I mean, James is retired from fan films and Vic is gently retired, so I mean, it's that too.
Yeah, they know us well. I know Vic would probably be willing to do something like that, maybe in the future for something we do. I don't know. But who knows? I mean, the future. Who knows what the future? The future is the undiscovered country, don't you know? No one knows, and not knowing is the other half of the battle. Joe IG.
Stuart, you like those G.I. Joe movies, don't you? Those.
I hate the movies. I just love the original G.I. Joe.
But that first
cartoon.
movie though, with Christopher Eccleston, I mean, what a good movie. I mean, there's really fleshed out villains and
no.
The
Sorry, that was an atrocity. The second one was better in a way because they had, a Cobra Commander. It looked like a Cobra Commander. They had his tanks. They had more of the feel of the 80s G.I. Joe, but still, it was awful. It's a true story. My brother Steve had the big, 12-inch G.I. Joe action figures with the lifelike hair and the kung fu grip. And I came along and I was younger and I got the other G.I. Joe when they relaunched it. So, yes, I'm a G.I. Joe fan. Why are we talking about G.I. Joe? Because I'm
letting you vamp while I'm trying to type a message to post on the Convergence page. No, actually, I think comparing how vanilla the first G.I. Joe was, it was okay at best. I thought the second one was pretty damn good. I mean, wasn't The Rock in it?
Yes, he played Roadblock.
Yeah, I thought it was actually a pretty decent, fun action film.
It was a good movie. It was a good action film, but as a G.I. Joe film, they need to redo it. And we're getting Transformers, same thing. They're getting that with the new Bumblebee movie coming out in December. It's going back to like those original character designs, and it's gonna fix a lot of problems, I think. So they could do that with G.I. Joe as well, but they need to freshly reboot everything for a new movie. Anyway, yeah. Is Admiral Foley the bad guy in this film?
Yes.
I was gonna say I'll never tell, but you gave it away.
Oh no,
Mr. Miles, you want a wrench? Because I don't have a wrench.
No, it's Mirror Foley. It's Chief Petty Officer Mirror Foley, where we have to shave off your goatee because it's anti-mirror. That would be too confusing. And you're actually nicer in the Mirror Universe because you're so goatee ridden here.
Well, thanks.
Welcome.
Right?
How do you even play that? That'd be kind of fun to see.
Cartoon movie was the first G.I. Joe movie, guys. Yes, and that was fantastic. But I think Samuel was talking about the first live action movie. Yes. Yeah. Mirror Foley, LOL. Yeah, Car Galaxy Studios wants to help us with the Streamlabs. He said if we can talk to him on Discord or Google Hangouts someday, he'll show us a few things, how to get that set up. So much appreciated. Any help in that department would be awesome.
I mean, this has definitely been a journey to grow the channel like this, and yeah, this would be a great medium going forward. I mean, we want to get experience, because when Discovery rolls around, I mean, that's going to be so explosive when it comes to content, lives, community interaction, dealing with people. That's going to be, I mean, I want to be, this has been good practice, honestly, the last like 2 months to learn and it's a whole new thing. I mean, you were doing lives for 2 years before this on Facebook and such.
On Facebook, yeah. I like to do lives. I like interacting with people, and Samuel's jealous because I do usually everything in one take. Like my captain's logs are all one take.
Jesus.
Sure, I might put the in there and I don't edit that out or whatever, but I don't lose my place. I keep talking. I can vamp forever, and yeah. Ernest Strickland puts in $2 super chat. So thank you very much, Ernest. Support what you love, and I love breasts. So I will support breasts with my hands. Did this just go off the rails? I think it did.
Well, we're funded now, so we can sort of relax a bit, because that's relief, honestly. Because I mean, the first couple of days I was not disappointed, but it could have gone one of two ways: amazing sport or not amazing sport, and we got in between.
Well, you still have till Friday. I mean, there's a possibility to get into your stretch goals. So
yeah, no,
and you know that the last couple of days, the last couple of hours of these campaigns are when you usually get flooded with.
We were just flooded. So. I mean, are you kidding? That was amazing.
Yeah, exactly.
And I've still got, like I say, 2 virals. One I really think you guys are gonna dig. I've been working on it today, and one on the screen. I'll show it to you after the stream actually. That I'm so excited by the quality of one of his angles. I'm like, that looks so. See, I don't want to say real Trek. It looks so genuine. Does that make sense? Like, it looks cool, it looks movie, it looks good, it looks genuine. I don't know what... Okay, it clicks. It's a shot that clicks. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. One of them doesn't. I'll say that. One of the side views doesn't quite work, so I have to tweak on that. Yeah. Yeah. No, stretch goals I'm excited about just because we can do some cool things. But yeah, now anything is a bonus. Anything above now, you're all heroes. You're all helping the cause. I've got, like I said, Viral coming out tomorrow, which will be a great fourth wall. The very first time you guys are going to see footage of both Robin and Nick together. It's funny. It's entertaining because I wrote basically. So I knew. Well, okay. Do you remember that one time where we were in Denver and we saw Manu and Taremi each up in Voyager?
Yes.
Yes, we were dinner with them, and we
we had dinner with them. For crying out loud. You stumbled over your words. I was like, who?
Manu and Taremi.
That's the one. Yes.
Nice guy.
I remember this.
And we ended up like walking back to his hotel. Oh, we interviewed him obviously. Doi was our hotel. But on the way, he was doing Indiegogo for the circuit, and I was giving him advice how I would do Indiegogo. And my advice was constant, regular releases, lots of interviews, lots of pre-work to show it's active, and so practice what you preach. If I didn't do that,
well, and then they did like a few hours of live, like near the end of the campaign, which we even joined in for. We helped them with the live stream, and that was fun. And they really got a lot of donations for that. Yeah. So in our last Indiegogo, we did the same thing. We went on live, and the lives really helped the donation process. We found that too as well. So that's another advice for anybody doing Indiegogo. Do lives, engage with the audience. It really helps out. So
we were, is blown away even appropriate for that one? We got like 1,000 randomly extra. It's like holy.
Yeah, and we were really impressed. So.
And that made that trip really considering where we started with a trip that was so barely funded, and it was like we didn't get the money and really penny was a stretch. To then. Yeah. Okay, everything's fine. It was really relaxing. Oh, I was gonna say.
And one of the stretch goals was T-shirts and stuff, and we've done 2 T-shirt runs. We need to do more. So yeah, we got stuff coming, guys. You got to keep an eye out. Alpha Omega 1500 is yelling at us. Oh, what are your opinions of Axanar, guys?
Let's not talk about it. I think
I really enjoyed Prelude to Axanar. That's what I have to say about it. But yeah. Ian Warrender puts in £2. Hey, name and credits. That's a first for me. Smiley face.
You're welcome to the project, Ian. It's funny. At the very last minute, I did this cheeky little thing. Oh, which is sold out. Okay, I'll have to go down. So you've got name and the credits, which is $15, and for that you got digital cast poster. Okay, I forgot we actually got that, but yeah, everyone gets that. Film digital download and naming credits. So that's the basic one. But for the same money, you could actually get the Horizon crew poster, or Horizon USS Horizon crew member, which, as it says, estimated delivery 2382.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, I just had that idea at one point. I was like, oh, that's just a funny perk. Because I accidentally, when I was doing literally like an hour before I went live, I accidentally put a perk delivery as 2460, and Mum said, you should probably look at that. I'm like, oh shit. I was like, oh, actually, that's a funny idea. And so it just says, if you look at the perk, it literally just says, you'll be in the cast credits as Horizon crew member. It's a joke perk, but it's still a credit. And all 10 went, and that's awesome because it's just funny. Cool. So we have.
You should have like a $10,000 perk. That's $10,000 perk. The actual USS Horizon. In the year, it'll be delivered then, and so yeah, you can't get in any trouble, legally.
Oh, I just had an idea, actually. Yes. At this point, obviously, now we're funded and more, which is really really amazing. This is obviously live brainstorming. It's now about, do you want to be part of this project? It's happening. It's gonna happen. Boom. But do you want to be part of this amazing project? Do you want to get something cool for your trouble? I have to make the dedication plaque for Horizon. There are names on that plaque. Some will be heroic Trek figures, I'm sure. Will it be worth doing a perk? Your name gets to be on the Horizon plaque. Is that cool, do you think?
That's super cool. Yeah. And I know somebody that can print plaques. Can you imagine giving print plaques? Printed plaques as a perk?
I know. I think I haven't got a person, like a proper person for that. They can do lots and, you know, it has to be cheap.
I'm sure I know a few people that could do it. Yeah, I'm sure I know people that could do it for a reasonable price.
Let me just find off audio. Let me just find this one. I mean, I certainly want a plaque. Obviously, I think I'd love to give you a plaque.
I want Captain Stuart Foley's name on the plaque. What do I got to do that? I think working with you for 4 years has qualified me for that perk.
I think so too.
All right, cool.
And this is a wonderful little donation to the channel by Trek Collector Chris. Oh, it's not even opened yet. Oh wow, I've not even opened it yet. Okay, I'm live unboxing.
Yeah, I got all of those.
Yeah, actually. Wow.
Yeah.
I have 1, 2. Where's my scissors? I haven't got any scissors. Okay, use my
I've got all of them and 2 Enterprise A1s.
Oh, nice. So. Oh, cool. Yeah, that's a lot simpler, isn't it, that one? Because they didn't get complicated till D, did they? Oh, there we go.
Well, no, they started getting complicated then.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Ooh. That's pretty. But these aren't full size. These are... I spoke to Ben about... Oh, I was next to Ben last weekend or the weekend before where there was someone saying, are you doing full scale? They're like 3/4 at most. They thought anything bigger would be unhelpful. So yeah, nice weights. This is the plaque. And also there's a lot of names. In terms of Easter eggs, you've got Rick Berman, Michael Piller, Jerry, you've got all the famous people. But this, I have to do one for this for Horizon. And there's a lot of names here. So obviously you've got all of our friends, all of our big people. But, I could always do like I mean, there's... That's interesting, yeah. There's Starfleet Command, Fleet Ops, Research and Development, Science Ops, Tactical Ops, Yard Engineering, Chief of Staff. Obviously that's got to be Gene still.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, absolutely, yes.
But you could Research and Development could always be could be donors, because that's fair enough. And what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 names could be on here because I want to say it's canon, so 8.
You could even have Trekyards Research Division and have your name and my name.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Well, it's one of the smallest details. I mean, this will be on the ship, but I'm actually gonna get it like properly made in 3D with 3D lettering. And like it won't be technically a proper plaque because this is a cool piece of merchandise.
And if you ever want to print it out, you could even just print out one for yourself or whatever.
Put it on the set right there.
Yeah,
that'd be cool. But I mean that's got to be because this is actually on the ship, so that's gonna be like a $25 perk, something a bit more special. Because then $25 at 8, that's $200 extra, which will get me to. Is that too little? I don't know because that sounds very. But it's gonna be like a cool Easter egg.
But if people's name are on it, you'd have to almost like see it at some point.
Well, you wouldn't see it in the film. You couldn't see it in the film, but it's more cool factors. It is there in the set. I mean, once I've got the 3D 3D things built, like because everyone saw in Indiegogo, I did a green screen shoot, which is in my office. I was very I did it. So I could do shots of me on the bridge of Horizon, if I ever do and have that next to me. It's here I am on the bridge. Yeah.
I just thought of an interesting shot that I don't know if it would work cinematically or not. Okay. But you see the plaque, and you zoom in towards the plaque, and go right through the plaque, and then all of a sudden you see space, you see another ship, and then the camera turns, and you pan out, and it's Horizon. So you just left the ship through the plaque, so that people can freeze frame and see their name, and then something cool like that maybe.
Yeah. Or it could just be in the credits.
Can I get a bumper sticker that says my child is an honor student at Starfleet Academy?
There must be one somewhere, I'm sure.
I'm sure they have those, yeah.
Oh, you can put it in the post-credit scene. There's already a post-credit scene. That's actually a really nice scene. It's sad. I love post-credit scenes, I really do. But the thing is that will take me past 30 minutes, I know it will. Because it's post-bonus credit. But I'm still going to film it, because it's good to have it. This is a lovely little scene. It's just an emotional payoff for a character. It's really cute. Yeah, is that one of the shots actually is in the trailer that you'll see? Yeah, it's the Earth shot. Takes place on Earth. It's the only shot in the Federation of the entire film. Everything else takes place out of the Federation. This is not fitting back in the box. There we go. Okay. It's very loud, isn't it? Sorry about that. But yeah, dedication plaque. I mean, I'd love this as my own personal thing. That's the thing. It's my ship. I sent it on your plaque as well.
There's another idea. Put a picture of the plaque on the back of the DVD or something, or so that.
Yeah. or like,
have a print of the plaque.
Yep.
That people could frame and have their name on their wall on the plaque of the horizon.
Oh, that's interesting. Like not a real one, like just a glossy or a matte real scale. That's interesting.
Yes, I know. That's why I said it.
Okay, so like $30, donate to be on the plaque, and you get a print of the plaque.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. Again, it's just like cool things and cool support. I mean, I haven't been looking at the chat. What do people think of that idea? Or is it a bit silly? I don't know what the vibe is.
Well, they were suggesting put it on the DVD, and I can't see what Sam was opening because the Convergence ad is covering it all.
Yeah, it's a very thin screen. I apologize.
Brainstorming, woohoo! Yes, good idea.
Well, that's the thing. It's a nice thing. We can. It's now a case of raising more money for the project to get more things. Now we've got the bare minimum. You know, put me on the list of Horizon Plaque names, and I'll be under engineering. Yeah. What the name of all the ships? Well, there's 4 ships. There's 4 of whatever the Horizon class is. It's not Horizon, I don't think. Don't know what the names are going to be. But you will. I guarantee at one point we'll see all 4 ships. Because it's part. I mean, the Trekyards episode. I'm really excited to sit down with you, Stuart, and like do notes on that because I have so many ideas. But also so much like empty space. I'm really excited about that actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I love doing stuff like that. So.
Now we should. I mean, is it? Oh, feature length episode on the Foley and the Horizon.
Feature length. We should do feature length documentaries per ship. Have guest interviews with Rick Sternbach, Doug Drexler, what they think of the design. Us, some in-universe shots. Make them like an hour long each.
Oh dear me, that's fun. Yeah, actually, like hire some actors to play the captain and put in costume and be like. I mean, obviously, I've got 2 of my leads. Interview them about their own ship. That'd be kind of really self-serving, but that's really cool, though.
Oh, I didn't just mean about the ships in yours. I mean all the ships in Star Trek. Have an hour-long thing on the Excelsior, and clips, interviews with Doug Drexler and with John Eves talking about what they think of the design and us, what we think of the design.
But we know Rick will say like a line.
No, we need to poke him in the ribs a little and get stuff out of him. We
but
tend to do that.
What do you really think, Rick? Do you really think? Tell us, Rick.
Ian Warrender puts in another £2. Thank you, Ian.
Oh, thank you.
Knight, can the commander sign my script, please?
This, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm gonna put when after we finished, I'll say, I will sign anything anyone wants because I'm not actually as part of any of the signs except the full cast crew script because I'm not the point of it. If you know what I mean, like it's about these cool cast members coming together. But if you want my sign on one of the posters, that's all free. I'll just chuck that in because it is as easy as going. Shh. But yeah, absolutely. Will you have an EMH aboard ship? I assume so. Haven't thought about that. I should redesign the sick bay, shouldn't I? At some point,
Probably.
I want to have all. I mean, do you ever design for any of your other secondary rooms of Foley?
Engineering a little bit. I have the bridge and the battle bridge done, and no, I don't have sick bay or anything like that. There are a few rooms that are being worked on right now, like the captain's quarters, and a few. Like the deck plans are pretty much being done right now, so the rooms will come as that develops. Yes.
Okay.
So.
Good.
Yes. So yeah, I'm excited that you made your goal and this worked out. I'm sorry that we started late, but damn time zones and
I just
daylight savings time and
BS. I was coming for 10. It was 9:30. I got in and she was like, "You're late." I'm like,
even as a message. Well, he said I'll try to be back for 9. So I thought that's when we're starting. And
no, I was seeing a friend I hadn't seen for 4 years, and it was a nice little catch up.
Well, how dare you?
I know, right?
Go get Spencer Enterprise class starship. That's a big ship. Oh God.
Mystic Spenny ship.
You mean Mystic Spenny?
Are we doing? Are we doing that? Are we doing episode of Mystic Spenny? Should we get His Holiness, the Spinmeister? It's not called that, but
long story about that, which we're not going to get into.
It's funny. The friend I hadn't met for 4 years. I had to actually give the entire story of how we met again, because they hadn't heard it before. I said to them, I've given this story so many times for the show.
How you and I met.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the same damn story.
We're going to be saying it for the rest of our lives as long as we're doing this. You realize that, right?
I can imagine how much Doug and Rick have said, well, how do you get involved in Star Trek? They're like, well...
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. It's just the story. You know, it's yeah. Thanks the Romulan War. Thanks, Mark. Woo! Yeah. The Romulan War also featuring my visual effects and my backgrounds. Very excited for that one as well. I was doing visual effects yesterday and the day before. Did a pair of Romulan raptors going into warp after a battle, and some debris flows past camera because they just killed lots of people.
Spoilers.
It's the Romulan War, man. Shit be crazy.
What's the time frame of this film, as Chef Cook?
Good question. It is 2382. It takes place 3 years after Nemesis, because the Horizon was launched the same year as Nemesis. And then it has a 3-year mission out beyond the edge of Federation space, because 5 years too long, they decided everyone's 3-year missions now. And it's hyper long range, so it goes out beyond. Although it's interesting, someone did say to me, why can't they just put buoys like NX-1 did? I was like, yeah, but let's not do that. I don't know. Like, at some point there'll be a range limitation, but again, Pathfinder could talk to Voyager, so is there really a range limitation? Because I want part of it to be there isolated. Because even though the Enterprise, the Connie, was out, it could sort of contact Earth. It wasn't instant, unlike Discovery, but they could still get a message back. There was a sense of, if something has to happen, they can't get a clarification today. Am I correct on that?
Yeah, it's like a mock time, where it's like he requests to go to Vulcan and end up going to Vulcan, and then like a few days later they get the response back going, yep, you're good to do whatever you need to do after we've already done it.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, so, thanks, guys. We're already back. I lost 50 crew members.
And that's what's fun about the TOS era, is the fact that they were out of range a lot of time. Yep. So that, yeah, they couldn't get word back from Starfleet, so they had to do things on their own and hope for the best. Hope that they wouldn't get in trouble for doing what they did. But that's the frontier cowboy mentality, cowboy diplomacy. That's what that means. So I love that, and that's what you're doing that with yours as well. That they're kind of out of reach and kind of exploring new things. So yeah, it's cool.
I mean, that was a nice thing about the Delta Quadrant. You know, it was out. Yeah. You know, it was good they talked to Earth, but it's, you know, yeah.
Alpha Omega 1500. Has anyone seen either of the Star Trek Aurora CGI movies? I've seen them both, and I love them.
I actually haven't yet. Still.
What? Watch them. They're really well done. Yeah. They're fun. They're fun. I would love to see more from them for sure. We should have we done an episode on the ship?
Nope.
We should, because the ship's kind of cool. We should do a mission briefing on it.
Well, you can bring it next time, because I know nothing about it. It's kind of cool. I can learn from you.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Another question. This is again same chap. Has anyone seen the Star Trek CGI movies? Star Trek 1 Spectre, Star Trek 2 Retribution, Star Trek 3 Redemption, which are done by thingy, and all of which are over 3 hours long. I mean, probably haven't seen them, but have you heard of them?
No.
Big movies, full arc, all 3D. He voices every single character.
I haven't heard of them or seen them.
Pretty impressive. That CGI visual effects for space was well beyond its time in terms of fans. He was right there at the top. And it's mirror stuff. There's all sorts. And yeah, Retribution is 3 hours and 17 minutes.
Wow.
And it said, you know, again, they get better as they go, but full 3D environments, full 3D characters. There's time travel. It's just crazy.
I like the German ones, the Enterprise era ones that have they use the toys.
Yeah.
Those are really awesome.
Damn clever, yeah. And we met the guy.
Maybe
met one of the guys.
Maybe Trekyards should do a show on the animated Star Trek fan films. The animated. Well, we have done animated ships from the animated series. We did a month worth of mission briefings for those. We do plan on doing comic ships that appear in comics, maybe one panel, maybe two, because there's some neat designs in the comics, both old and new comics. So yeah, we plan on maybe doing a month of that sometime soon. Who knows?
it's all about what you guys want to see, because one person might like super niche fan film animated, but if the audience overall doesn't know anything about them, we'll get less views, which is just going by the audience. Otherwise, we're surprised by Continues how few views that got, given it's the most famous web series of Star Trek, I think, or at least joint favorite maybe. It's tricky. Like you make views determine what's produced because you're voting with your view.
Yeah.
It's tricky.
Yes. The films you're talking about are great. The CGI is amazing, but they really need to have some more voice actors. Yeah, I do find it. Even watching Star Trek the animated series, you can tell when Scotty's doing another voice or Uhura, and it's like, stop. It's just distracting. Yeah.
Yeah, I will give him full credit. Once you get past that, once you actually just start watching it, you really don't think about it, because the faces are so distinct.
You need to point me in the direction of these, because I've never even heard of them. I can't believe I haven't seen them. What are they called again?
I just searched them. Let me find it back again for you. I mean, obviously they get less in quality the later, the earlier there are. But it's Star Trek 2 Retribution, but I'll send you just send you the channel, because he's got remastered versions of things as well. Oh well, that's starting helpful. I tell you what, let me send you this. This is a good example. It's a remastered battle he did, which shows a sense of, like, he was using we just watch a little bit of this live. Be kind of fun. And this is the link, guys. What Stuart's about to watch in the chat. So it's remasters, better quality, but just a sense of some of the cool visuals and ideas he's had, and just a little showreel piece, as it were.
Look for the one character has glasses, just like I do.
Yeah.
Allergic to rednecks.
Yeah, it's funny how some people, come after me saying CBS will go after Convergence, but as I've said before, the fact is that in the last, 2 years of fan film guidelines, not a single fan film released has been stopped. Not a single one. And despite all of them breaking the guidelines in some form or another, most of them more than one. So that's a sign. And then 4 crowdfunders, none have been interfered with. Again, a sign. 3 of which have done perks.
Well, those rules are there, those guidelines are there just so that they can come down on people if they need to, if they really feel like they should. It's like jaywalking, the jaywalking law. It's only really enforced if you're impeding the flow of traffic, but at the same time, a cop can nail you for it if you're stumbling across the road at 3 a.m. drunk with no cars around. It's you're not impeding the flow of traffic, but there's the option there that should they need to pull you over or talk to you, or they can. That's what it's there for.
Yeah, I mean, I've talked to John Van Sitters about this. It's a safety net. He says if you play in these rules, then it is likely you will not be affected. Now, because you don't own a Star Trek, because they own Star Trek, they can come at you for any reason at any point. That's their prerogative, and I don't not like them for it. They own it. Why the hell, we're being allowed to play in their sandbox. So even if you followed all the guidelines to a T, they could still say, hey, stop, or sue you. Even if you follow every single one to the letter. Does not matter. Or they could not, and you break all of them. It is super contextual. And like I said, 24 have gone through. Not a single one has been interfered with. They talked to me, but we worked out a deal. And that's because it was written 5 years before the guidelines, well before. And I wrote it as a university student based on a formula I made for my previous film, which has not been touched over 7 years. Of an old generation that I tried to release in its original form because that was the creative vision behind it, and I wanted to do myself and the cast justice by releasing what was intended first, trying to, and seeing what was going to happen. But I got a deal, so they were good about it, and I give them all credit for that. If you look back to when that happened, I didn't go against Trekyards. I didn't go against CBS at any point. They were courteous and dealt with me very kindly and fairly, and that's the important thing,
Yes, yeah. No, I just took a look at some of that footage you sent me, and it's pretty impressive. I need to watch this because I think I'd really enjoy it.
And like I said, this is best of his work, but it shows a sense of at least, his cinematography, his understanding, custom costumes and stuff. It starts a lot more rough, but it's a genuine story.
Sparrow 9612 says, "Do you think a series from a point of view of a non-Federation crew would be good?"
Wow, that's a big question.
I've said this many times. I don't know how interested I'd be. It would depend very much on the crew and the race or the whatever you're doing. If you're talking civilian Federation, I think that'd be very interesting.
Like Aurora.
Kind of be.
There you go.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of be on a cargo run between planets and have to deal with Starfleet occasionally. The big boys that step in every once in a while and kind of like the Coast Guard, they put a dampener on your, they check your ship for contraband or make sure you're following the rules. I can see how, well, you kind of got that in Enterprise actually with the freighters. We're doing our thing out here. We have to break the rules sometimes to survive. So, and Starfleet comes in and thinks they know everything. Yeah, it would be interesting.
Yeah, I think so many stories can be told for like a mini series. Like you wouldn't necessarily want to see 7 series on board a freighter, but you could tell 4-episode miniseries that would be really superb. I would love to see a foreign,
especially during a war like the Dominion War.
Yeah. A Klingon. I would love to see Captain Worf still. I think a lot of potential with that. Truly fleshing out the Klingon race as they want to. All sorts. Again, super dependent because super dependent. Now, before we answer another question, I just want to say we've got 2 more donations. So at this point, I don't expect anything, so that's really awesome. We got another $15 from Will Wright. Cool, thank you. Oh, and my mum put in $30.
Yay, Samuel's mom.
Yay, Samuel's mom. Thanks, Mum.
Your mom's so cute. I love your mom. She's awesome.
Yeah. So now 102% funded.
If I told my mother-in-law about this, she'd be throwing in $100 donation. Maybe I should tell her about it.
See her little bubby in a fan film.
She loves me. She loves you. She loves Trekyards. She loves helping at Trekyards. So
I think we're a very positive force out there. I genuinely do. I haven't really thought about it before, but I think we are. We're trying to give interesting, good commentary and talk about interesting, good things and allow purely creative things from the past to have fresh life. And the person I talked to today, I haven't seen in 4 years, she was like, "Oh my God, this is a public service you're doing." And I'm like, well, yeah, kind of is.
Yes, sorry.
That's fine. Public service, Joe.
I got things going on. I agree, and I hear it all the time. You got me you rekindled my interest in Star Trek. You've got me designing starships again. You've got me drawing or whatever, being creative. And I've heard many times that we're well known in this Star Trek online community. Even if they don't watch us on a regular basis, they've heard of us or they've seen us. The few episodes say we're boring, but they go to us for research purposes. I've heard this quite often. So that's awesome. The fact that we're making an impact. Like, I never knew what I wanted to do with my life, and I still don't. Don't know what I want to do when I grow up. But this is probably the closest I'd ever, and this is way out of the box of what I would ever expect. Basically, we're Star Trek internet famous, and that's awesome. We do get recognized occasionally. I got recognized at a model show, like model planes and stuff in Hamilton, like last year. Two separate people recognized me as Captain Foley, and I didn't expect that there. At a sci-fi convention, yes, but a Star Trek convention, definitely, but not just randomly. So it's interesting to have that happen, and have people come up to you. It's really strange.
I will say I was recognized. This is the weirdest one. I was literally in the bar that I was just in to meet my friend in my town that I go to sometimes, and I went to the toilet, came out, went to the bar, and then someone tapped me on the shoulder and said, "Are you Commander Cockings?" And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, hi." Yeah. In my hometown, the one night I happened to go out, and he'd come down from Milton Keynes to see some friends. So, I mean, the massive coincidence level there, and we talked for like 25 minutes, and it's like, what the hell are the chances of? And he was like, "Oh my God!" I'm like, "Oh, hi."
Well, the same thing happened with me and my son Thomas. We went to see a movie, and people were walking in, and the one guy nodded at me. I'm like, I don't know who that is. And they sat right behind me, and I heard whispering and all that. And then I left, and then I got a message on Facebook as I was leaving, which I didn't, because I was in the car, I was getting ready to drive, so I felt my phone go off. Went home, then checked the message, and it was the guy saying, I think I just saw you at the movie theater. I'm like, yeah, that was me. He goes, yeah, I was telling my girlfriend all about you and with the show, and I'm like, well, why didn't you say hello? I didn't want to be rude. I didn't want to, you know. I wished you would have said hi, you know, because I love meeting people and talking to people. But I can understand why people are apprehensive to, you know, get in somebody's face.
The fact is, if there was a ZZ list YouTube celebrity, would be that. You know what I mean? Ultra Z. But therefore, if someone does know us, please do say hi. That's more awesome for us than it is for you, probably, because we get to meet fans in real life, have a real connection, and you know, that guy was like he's younger than me. He's watched us for years. It's like, really? And actually, no, same thing. We this again, wow, at the destination event, we did a little meetup and talked to people and stuff. And there was this kid. He's at university. He's 18. He's watched us since he was 16. That made me feel old, because like, damn it, we're gonna be going a long time. And his is this from my perspective, a kid that I was pretty much when I, you know, it's like, wow, this is wow, thank you, that's cool.
Well, and how many times have you heard this? Like, I heard it at the convention this weekend. The guy would come up. I came here just to see you guys. So you know,
where's Samuel?
The rest of the convention too. But I knew you guys were here. I thought I'd come and say hi. And the wife's like, do you realize that you're like the soundtrack to my life? Every time I come home from work, you're on the TV. I hear your voice, and I'm like, I'm sorry. I apologize. I've heard that many times.
Yeah.
I've also heard guys or people saying that they're watching it with their son. Their son really likes us, or their son watches us, and they watch it together, and that's cool too, because I don't know. It's just it's incredible the stories we hear and the people we meet. So yes, by all means, if you see us, say hi. It means a lot to us.
Yeah, because it'll happen once in a blue moon. So if you want to, please do. You know, it's awesome. Yeah. I did see a question I wanted to answer. How much have you filmed already, Sam? I would say over 50%, but I do want to edit what I've got and go back in and see what I want to reshoot. I think that's important for quality, and obviously we filmed as much as we could with the 4 we actually had, but all the gym stuff has yet to be filmed, obviously, and all the stuff with him and other people. So it's a lot of scenes are fully filmed, unless you want to reshoot little bits. And I'm really excited to go in and start editing. It's going to be difficult, because there's little bits that haven't been filmed. And I always like having the piece of the puzzle put together. If you're missing this one piece, it's like, well, you can't quite form it, so you can't get a sense of it, because it's not there yet. But, yeah.
Yeah. Will Wright III just put in $5. As stated, now Captain Foley's evil twin brother's name is now in the credits. Finally, my pleasure to give. Now it's going to be, I know it's going to be great, Sam. Live long and prosper. And Will Wright III, he thinks he looks exactly like me, my evil twin. As you can see by his little avatar there, you know, he's got the glasses and the hair and the TOS with the rifle. So.
Oh, and speaking of Manu's live on Facebook right now. Manu Taremi.
Friends, my family,
you should be here.
Everybody. We're going to the Bahamas. I'll fucking buy you whatever. I'm gonna buy you whatever.
This is live Inception.
Whatever you want.
He swore on stream.
Look, I opened the doors.
Yeah, he's cool. Him and Val are amazing.
Yeah. Good guys. So, but I think that is the.
Looks like he's ranting though.
Yeah.
He looks mad.
No, he's
maybe not.
I don't know. But yeah, I think that closes out. Stuart, we got a super chat for the channel, so a couple there. Unexpected, but thank you. Helps the channel for sure. And our full. I mean, that was certainly worth it. We got, I think, $250 via this, and my mum helped. Thanks, Mum. I'm very pleased, but obviously this was the goal we needed to reach, and so now the hard work really begins, sort of thing. You know, we had to get this to make it work. Now we can plan further, but 3 more days, that's brilliant. Like you said earlier, last day, still got viral to come out, and now the stretch goals are there if you want to support to get something cool. I might even, like I said, might do that dedication plaque Might be kind of cool to get us to the 6,000 or more. It's just a fun thing to be part of, you know. If the Renegades, the Arch had a plaque, I would have donated $15 to be on that. I probably would have, you know.
You put the plaque at the end of the credits as it scrolls up. The plaque there, and
8 unique credits. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stuart, do you have any last notes? Anything at all?
No, just reiterating what you said. I mean, if you want something cool, you want to help support still and help get to those stretch goals, you can get more cool stuff from this, like behind the scenes or documentary style stuff.
Yeah.
By all means, go and donate. And thank you again to all the super chatters. It's always very helpful.
Team Trekyards doing their great stuff.
I kind of like just hanging out with us, you and I, with the live. It's really fun. So
yeah.
But
and very proud for all these partners in fan films that I'm able to work with on this. Really special, hell of a team. And I think you guys are really gonna love it. And you get to see Horizon. It's awesome. And Stuart.
That's right.
Also awesome.
Yes. What? Yes, Stuart is there. Yay.
And I'm so pleased with my cast back from 5 years ago. That was hell of a... Wasn't expecting that.
Chef Cook puts in 199 super chat.
Oh, thank you.
Do a show about who is the most experienced captain. Do a show about who is the most experienced
That's an interesting question. That could be a whole live debate, to be honest. Okay, on that intriguing note. Okay, cool. But yeah, thanks guys. I'll do one last refresh just in case, but I don't think there's anything else. Yeah, 5,660, 102%. Now only 340 from our first stretch goal. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone, and thank you so much for Stuart for hanging out. This wouldn't have been anywhere near as fun just by myself. So massive thank you to you for me to spend the time on a random Tuesday. I do appreciate it.
Yes. Thank you guys.
Thanks, buddy. And we'll see you again when we do our regular Trekyards things and cool.
Bye guys.
Bye. Thanks everyone. Bye. Thanks.
Love you.